so as we get set to watch two teams that are really trending in opposite directions right now. You've got Montreal red hot, 6 straight wins after beating up on New York just 3 days ago, taking on a Minnesota team that have lost 5 straight road games, including 3 on this road trip that has spanned almost 5,000 kilometers and 4 cities.
Montreal takes the opening faceoff. Barnes and Keppel getting to work. Up to Derek Gregg, a player Corey Chevry says does play with an edge. She likes it. O'Neill all around. Finds Barnes the far point, but they've got to reset. Claire Thompson gets the puck for Minnesota. Looking up, and that'll be whistled down.
For some of these players that were away for the international break, they're looking at 20 days on the road. So it's been a long haul for this team, but they really need to come away with some points here, and you know they want 3.
Now, because for the Frost, those players just all regrouped in Toronto right after the break. They did not go back to Minnesota. Think of players like Supermom, Super Captain Kendall Coyne-Schofield. Thankfully talking about that too. Hasn't had as much family time, but she's here to do a job. And now Abby Boreen is coming in. Always fired up to play her former team. Montreal setting up. Wilgren. Good block by Zumwinkle. Just bounces the puck right out to Kendall Coyne-Schofield. Boulier, though, tracking all the way around. Coyne-Schofield, though, has been on the leaderboard a while. Jakes coming around, trying to set up Coyne-Schofield in the slot. Quick work by Montreal. Now Alexandra LaBelle just brings it into the offensive zone.
And just getting in on the forecheck, trying to buy some time for her line to come out onto the ice, and she does a nice job.
Good protection in the neutral zone. Keeps it for Montreal. Claire Dalton shoots, and Rooney with a save to start the game. Dominique Petrie in the face-off circle for Minnesota wins it as they look to get out of their own end. Channel Watkins out to curl on the far wall. Shelbin in the mix for the Victoire. Comes through, drops it down. The shot and the rebound. Barnes and hold, and here comes Minnesota. They'll opt to flip it in. Curl puts it down for Petrie. Player known to be physical. Work around the net. That's why her team was missing her when she had to miss so many games early this season due to injury.
Well, what a start she had with 3 goals in those first 4 games, and then to be out 11, you got to figure she's just getting her legs back under her.
This is her first game against Montreal, as it is as well for Petrie. Going out in December. Now Katie Tabin just settling it back for the Victoire.
Some changes to the D pairs here for Montreal as well. You see Tabin out with Ambrose.
Minnesota working off the wall that time. Looking to set up Himlerova. It's taken away by Laura Stacey. Looking to go cross ice to O'Neill, but back comes Minnesota. Sheppers stop short. Thompson sends it around. Zumwinkle picks it up. Zumwinkle looking to get back. She had such great production for her team last season. Faced adversity with an injury this time.
Can't believe feels like her last game. She's been back for 3 now. Was her best game. She's starting to get her legs back under her. And
that's what it takes. Kelly Panic in the mix, and Desbiens will just cover
on Laura Stacey. And she's on the second line now. That top line has been so good. It allows the opportunity for her to be on the second line. And what a hit on Britta Curl. Great back check in this shift as well. You know she comes back with tons of speed, lots of strength. Nice little hit to turn and go back the other way. Of course, she was out injured as well. Came back and had a huge game.
Zumwinkle from the draw. Jakes keeps it in. Fires it off the far side this time. Poulin in control. So much of her leadership isn't just her ability to score, it's everything she does off the puck as well. Right now in the defensive zone, Kayla Barnes looks up for a pass. That gets stopped. Now Brooke McQuigg brings it back, drops to Kava. The save by Chuli.
Steckline driving the net there, and these D will activate. Not always Steckline. She's usually your solid back defensive defender, but opts to jump in and give her team an opportunity around the net.
From one end to the other now, Coyne Schofield. She had Heisey with her down in the slot, but Victoire focused and ready, and a penalty on the way. That's why Chuli's headed to the bench. We'll give Montreal's power play a chance if they can't score now. Derek Gregg drop pass to O'Neill. Possession here by Montreal continues. 6 on 5 right now is Chuli going to the bench. And there's the whistle.
First power play opportunity of the game. Power play that's been up and down this season, but again, we've talked so much about them and the personnel that they have. Laura Stacey protecting the puck, shielding. There's that hook just up into the hands. Coyne Schofield to the penalty box.
Montreal's power play with 9 goals so far this season, 17%, but that increases to 25% given their history with Minnesota. They're 3-for-12 on the power play against the Frost.
Of course, Minnesota having the weakest penalty kill in the league right now, statistically, something that they need to turn around.
Big test here, Poulin getting to work with the power play unit. Patient, looking for some space, back out. Poulin, one-timer, blocked. Curl, staying in the high slot for Minnesota. Need to kill this one, plenty of time. This is right from the draw. So these are the players that were on the ice at the time of the whistle after that penalty, and into the netting will give Minnesota room to breathe.
Something, again, that they need to turn around. They've been a strong offensive team. Of course, their woes are coming defensively right now. Both PK and 5-on-5 as of late.
Minnesota now the only team in the league that has not scored a jailbreak goal this season. They only have 2 in team history, both scored by Grace Zumwinkle, who is out on the ice right now, but Taylor Barnes in control for the Victoire. Poulin to Gardner. She keeps it with some quick moves. Minute down, minute to go here in Montreal's first power play of the game. Power play brought to you by Royale Tiger Towel.
Minnesota good through the neutral zone right now, and it's plays like that. Shishiva, a nice angle through the neutral zone to steer, create the turnover, get the puck back down the ice.
Victoire very calm here.
Well, the one thing they're going to throw at you is 2 really good units.
And Ambrose had that, gets it back from Tabin. Looks up, out to Stacey, top circle near side. Down low, Gregg was on the doorstep. Band on the shot. And it's a good clear by the Frost.
This is what we talk about with 2 solid units. When you've got Erin Ambrose quarterbacking your second unit, Laura Stacey and Maureen on your second unit, you know you've got 2 good units.
And here comes Stacey driving the net. Puts it up high. Backhand, now battle just behind. Rooney watching, 2 seconds to go. Coyne Schofield back out on the ice at full strength. Just 1 shot on goal for Montreal in that power play.
If you're Minnesota, you're going to take a little momentum from that. Again, it's been a source of weakness, so you can kill off a good power play.
From the penalty box now, trying to set up Taylor Heisey once more. Coyne Schofield came flying up the flank. Derek Gregg, though, has plenty of ice. Made Batherson trying to get out the way, but she's able to put it on Maddie Rooney.
Derek Gregg with a great opportunity for this second line.
In Montreal. Montreal comes away with it. Stacey shoots, and it's just wide. Derek Gregg with a wraparound. Trar so quick off the draw. So far, Rooney facing 4 shots to just 1 for Chuli. Chuli was in net inside Pascal for that game. Played a year to the day. A close one, too. 2-1 in regulation for Montreal. Now Brooke McQuigg takes over the line, gets a hit from Ambrose. Heisey had it. Flaherty shoots in the glove.
On Erin Ambrose with a solid defensive play and a nice step up on Brooke McQuigg coming into the zone. And You know, Erin Ambrose, defender of the year last year. She can put up points. She's so deceptive on the offensive blue line, but she is solid defensively as well. Just well-timed, steps up, puts that shoulder into the chest.
Montreal digs it off the wall in their own end, but Heisey picks it up far side. Draws the Victoire her way. Taven with a quick chip. Not quite. Channel Watkins sends it back. Heisey heads up. Looks back as Flaherty. She fires it down. There to pick it up is Boreen out to Gardner. Channel Watkins, steady defender for the Frost. Back through. Heisey. Shoots to the far side. Channel Watkins once more. Now Poulin looking to get her line going. Captain able to weave through traffic. Dropped it off, but no one home.
Oh, looks like maybe she just mishandled that puck as she stepped inside the blue line.
Thompson moves it around. Budarak. Boreen gets it out this way to Michaela Grant-Mentis. The goal last game, her first home goal of her career. All of them had been scored on the road.
They come off of that game in Ottawa where between the pair of goaltenders they gave up goals, and Hensley with the start last half the game, and Rooney came in, gave up a bunch too. So you want to see if you can build on that if you're Montreal.
Well, and Montreal holds a little bit of history as the team who has put the most shots against Minnesota in a single game at 37. Dates back to last season, but this is a team that can really get going, and volume will certainly help.
Of course, Minnesota doing a really good job right now to make it hard for Montreal to break out and through the neutral zone. So
we'll watch Sophie Jakes as she comes in. We'll draw Wilgren with her. He's a Shishova. Patient. Looking to get it out to Heisey once more in the circle. Got back and in this time. Jakes walks it in a little closer, gets it back, fires. Petrie down low along with Shishova. Wilgren looks to get it out. That does allow Kristen O'Neill to get to work. Leaves it to Keppel and Greg once more. As in flies Laura Stacey below the goal line. The deck line for the Frost. Now Kayla Barnes sets up, shoots, and it's just wide. Battle in the corner, draws a call. We'll have another power play on the way this time for Minnesota, and Rooney is going off.
And that's a Montreal penalty that happens below the goal line in the offensive zone, so those ones can be tough to take as Minnesota gets an opportunity now on the power play. That's going to be an elbowing call.
When we return, Minnesota gets a chance on the player advantage, still scoreless inside Place Bell. Minnesota's power play, third ranked in the league, also with 9 power play goals this season. It's tied with Montreal. Running at just 18%. They'd like to open scoring now. Thompson, far side, patient with it. Really static right now, but as Heisey gets moving, brings it across. Thompson shoots. That's wide, picked up by Michaela Cava. Back out to Thompson. The point off the body of Chuli. Rebound. Keppel was bowled over by Goyne Schofield. Back out to Thompson once more along the blue line. Heisey will switch up. Sends it back to Thompson. Heisey. First shot stopped once more. Kick saved by Chuli as well. Minnesota holds for possession. Heisey's pass to Thompson gives the Victoire a chance for a change.
I like the deception on the pass. She's just off the stick, but she drew her player in, opened up that pass lane. It just wasn't on.
Now in the Frost and in the Victoire are short-handed. And that'll draw a penalty as well. The crowd reacting to that.
O'Neill comes off the bench and does a really good job on this forecheck. Gets in, she's wreaking havoc on the Minnesota Frost as they try to break the puck back out, and then takes this hit. She could send Minnesota to the penalty box and even things out here. She comes in with all sorts of speed. She's being a little pest and then takes a hit. Takes her to the ice as she turns to follow the puck. Panic's going to go to the penalty box.
Illegal body check. There's now a little 4-on-4 happening inside Glasgow. Both teams looking for the first goal of the game.
Well, I think getting shots through is a big thing. Henry said this for Minnesota.
Ambrose, far side back. She'll take it. Laura Stacey one-timer, turned aside by Rooney, nearly out of position.
Of course, that's the one time where we see Laura Stacey take every game in warm-up.
Shot she's well known for. Boreen back to Stacey this time, takes another one. Montreal, Katie Tabit tries to get around Lee Steckline, can't. Frost looking for a good clear. Victoire, get it back. Boreen was hoping to go backhand. Keeps it herself, far side back to Ambrose. They'll trade places. Ambrose coming in a little closer. Laura Stacey top circle on the other side this time. Now back in the high slot, and Derek Gregg is out. It's 5-on-4 now, and a bouncing puck. Rooney with a big save.
That puck popped up and looked like it might have had a chance. Rooney stayed with it. Gregg comes out of the penalty box. Looks like she wasn't quite sure if coach wanted her in the zone or not. Laura Stacey, there's that one time where Rooney makes the save, and it's another opportunity later in that shift. Of course, she got Boreen coming across as well. Sophie Jakes kind of gets in the way of this one, so Stacey doesn't get everything on it she wants, but a couple of really good opportunities for Laura Stacey on that shift.
A good kill for Montreal that now, of course, has turned into a power play. It was a disadvantage, and then 4-on-4, 53 seconds remaining on a Minnesota Frost power play. So Montreal, or check that, on a Montreal power play as Poulin comes in, looks up, is hoping to find O'Neill. It's back out in neutral ice. Gardner goes to collect. She puts on the speed. Shishova trying to close out the lane, gets help from Flaherty. Channel Watkins as well! Right off of that attempted clear. O'Neill just fires it.
Shishova a couple times in the neutral zone, coming into the zone. Some really nice angling to steer play.
Victoire on the power play. Plenty of time here in the Frost zone. Poulin, patient. Pass to Barnes now. Gardner. She goes back to the captain. Comes in. Draws Heisey with her. Going to open up some lanes. Gardner to Barnes. Back to even strength, and a good block by Steckline for the Frost. Gardner just tries to keep it in. Kelly Panic, who had just had a seat in the penalty box, back out on the ice. Working in here, Jakes to Panic. Quick stick by Grant Mentis. Disrupts that play.
A nice stick to disrupt the play, and then a nice pass with one hand on her stick from Grant Mentis.
Yeah, as we saw Coyne Schofield just come flying in off the bench as well. That could have been dangerous. Plenty of back and forth here. Right now, Anna Wilgren sends it up. Mae Batherson bats at it first. Thompson off the wall, and this sets up Liz Shepard. Shepard's coming backhand, saved by Chuli.
Well, that puck comes off the wall and bounces in a way that I don't think the Montreal D were expecting. And they give Minnesota a nice opportunity as Liz Shepard comes in and releases this one on the backhand. Chuli with the save. This team's got so much depth that gives an opportunity. Gabrielle David has stepped in. She played 23 games with Montreal last year, so she's on a 10-day contract. She's slotted into the fourth line alongside Claire DeGeorge and Maureen Murphy.
Yeah, and her only 2-point performance so far in the PWHL came against Minnesota. Let's see, David gets out on the ice, but right now it's been a pretty steady diet of familiar faces for Montreal out on the ice here as both teams looking to open scoring inside Place Bell. Sophie Jakes up along the wall. McQuigg got a stick on it. Zumwinkle out to panic and back around from the outside. Blocked in front. Chaos. Julie clocks it. Still, Minnesota holds on for possession, and another skim and a bounce. Sophie Jakes setting up some great shots so far just to get the pucks in deep.
On a great presence high in the slot, getting a high tip on those pucks to make things difficult for Montreal. And a couple of nice chances for that line that desperately wants to get on the board.
Julie has been so solid last season. 3 regulation wins, and the only loss she had against those coming against Minnesota, I should say. And her only loss to the Frost last season was in a shootout.
I think last year you could have argued these two teams had the best 1-2 punch in net.
Flaherty. Minnesota's end. They start to work up. Shots on goal, 9-5 for the Victoire. Now Maureen Murphy, who looks to get going. Had DeGeorge there at least to pick up the pass.
I think she needs to shoot that puck. She got an elite level shot and elite release.
Mariah Keppel. Gabrielle David as well out on the ice for the first time in this game. Second season debut.
And that's a really good shift from your fourth line. They get out onto the ice, they get their first shift, and they get the puck into the offensive zone and go to work. Minnesota, though, with a great chance, feeding the points, getting shots through. They got that high tip, so they got layers coming to the front of the net, and then Grace Zumwinkle with a bang on that puck just can't get it past Julie. And a couple times in that shift where they had some opportunity with that high tip. Makes it difficult to cover when they come at you in layers like that.
Grant Mentis gets to work. Fires it across Wilgren. To draw back, make sure stay onside. LaBelle. Off the wall, Thompson is there. Thompson, just star for Minnesota. Budarak. Katie Tabin, what a play to stop that, but Thompson gets the puck back down. Budarak along the goal line now. Pressed up against the wall. Laura Himlerova to get in on it for the Frost. But out comes Tabin. Sheppers with the stick. The puck just stays among the skates. Out this time to Thompson. She'll set up high, slide, and scores! Minnesota opens things up inside Place Bell.
Well, it's been a bit of a shooting gallery from the point. Claire Thompson gets the shot on this. It's like Liz Sheppers maybe gets the tip on it. You know, they've had all sorts of traffic to the front of the net. They've been feeding the points, both Sophie Jakes and Thompson getting shots through. Thompson just walks the line. Sheppers with the touch on this puck. Thompson head up, nice low shot. That's just textbook, exactly where you want to throw it. Hard to see, able to get a stick, or as it appears, a skate on that one. They all count.
And while the crowd, of course, did not react to it, given that this is Montreal's home ice, that is Liz Sheppers' first career regular season goal. Of course, she famously scored the Walter Cup game winner in the playoffs. Point Schofield, Heisey up to collect, and Schofield nearly puts it away right on the doorstep. The Frost strike first. Kava backs it around. Julie plays it up to Kristen O'Neill. This is a Montreal team that has hardly trailed when you look at the 6-game win streak. Just 18 minutes total in that time where they have trailed. They've been the team in the lead.
Of course, the Frost have led over their 3-game losing streak and then given up a number of unanswered goals all 3 of those games.
Yeah, just look back to Sunday, started 2-0, and then Boston 4 unanswered. Zumwinkle comes flying in, puts herself into the boards, right back at it though. On the line, step line, back out Greg. Sophie Jakes is right on it. The Frost, you can feel the momentum now after that goal. Playing without abandon, Panic, hard shot, and there goes the buzzer. First period done, and it's the visitors with a 1-0 lead. Claire Thompson, who's been doing so great when it comes to stats this season, her first season in the league, it's pretty incredible. She now has 12 assists, joining Fillier, Renata Fast, and her teammate as well, to lead the league in assists. We are underway now in the second period.
Of course, Claire Thompson tends to score in bunches. We've seen that this year, a couple three multi-point games, so watch out for that.
Including a big one on her birthday. Kelly Panic drops it back from Claire Thompson. Immediately on it. That teammate. Oh, and it just skims by Rooney. Joins our teammate Taylor Heisey, who we just spoke to. Of course, Heisey as well with 12 assists this season, distributing that puck well. Grace Zumwinkle out to Thompson this time. Patient. Zumwinkle, Panic! And it pops up. Julie makes the read there. Good rush by the Frost.
Well, Kelly Panic again with 14 games without a goal, and she would love to put that one in. She gets a nice feed from Grace Zumwinkle.
And it has been even strength. It has been the strength for Minnesota. However, they have also allowed 41 even strength goals against. That's been the tough part of this, especially this 3-game slide, which included a historic 8-goal game by Ottawa. Minnesota was on the losing end of, and a sharp angle shot gets the puck to the doorstep. Julie covers.
Minnesota with an opportunity here, and this just a beauty pass. Zumwinkle over to Kelly Panic. Panic has to reach behind her to get that shot off. Julie with the save.
Victoire. Face-off win in their own end. It's a deep pass. Rooney this time. Corrine for Montreal. Down low. Heisey as well. Gardner pressed her up the boards, and Poulin back out to Gardner, and it just skips by. Corrine, of course, she was all twisted up there with Steckline. The point, Ambrose blocked. Minnesota goes the other way. Kendall Coyne-Schofield driving all on her own. Steered aside, but a power play on the way.
It all really starts at the other end of the ice. Steckline with a good defensive play, and then Kendall Coyne-Schofield off to the races. This is a penalty that you want to take. You just don't want to give up the penalty shot. She doesn't. She's going to the box. Katie Tatum, little hook on the hands to take away the shot.
Second Royale Tiger Towel power play of the game for Minnesota. They had 2 shots their first time. It was a bit of a disrupted advantage given that they also had some 4-on-4 time. Britta Curl out to Jakes. In comes Curl, shoots off the glass. Zumwinkle flex it far side. Quick touch up to Panic. She looks around. Ambrose on her. McQuigg can't feather it out to Curl. Crowd likes what they see, applauding the work here by this penalty kill unit.
Well, and a nice read initially from Boreen to jump on the point.
Curl kept to the outside, McQuigg as well. A little stick by O'Neill. Still from the outside, trying to work in. Panic. Down to McQuigg, back out. Zumwinkle. Jake's high slot. Has Curl. Rather, Jake's hanging back. Panic once more from the circle. They've gotten a piece of Julie, but traffic in front. Montreal doing a good job just to slow the pace here. The puck cycling. Well, now completely disrupted. The board battle far side. Out comes O'Neill. She puts it down.
Montreal wins that board battle.
Minnesota's got to watch Montreal, the only team in the league with 2 jailbreaks on the season. Scored by Poulin and O'Neill. It's the bell at the dot this time. 26 seconds remain. Minnesota's second power play of the game.
Kayla Barnes with a nice decision to bring that puck out, kill some time.
Thompson, some other plans, just putting on some speed. She'll carry the puck herself into the offensive zone. Michaela Cava can't stop. Maureen Murphy and Heisey just all the way back. Still shorthanded Montreal, creating problems here for Minnesota. Back to even strength. Frost unable to get out. Now Heisey, she's stopped short by Keppel. Thompson keeps it on her stick. Back out to Heisey this time. Pass out to Dominique Petrie. Chuli turns it aside, and around we go. Another chance, not quite. Thought Heisey would keep it. She goes off to the bench now. Another chance on the power play, and neither side able to capitalize that way. Maureen Murphy's pass caught up on Claire Budarak, who picked up her second assist of the season on that opening goal by Liz Sheppers. Liz Sheppers as well, now back with the puck. Earned her first 2 career assists against Minnesota. In close and off the post. The whistle is there. Kelly Panic from the face-off circle. Brooke McQuigg keeps it on the offensive side here for the Frost. Back down below the goal line, in close for Chuli. The Victoire close in. McQuigg gets it back once more for Minnesota. Into Panic, shoots, Chuli saves and covers the rebound. Minnesota, a team with much less rest given this is their 4th now of a 4-game road trip. Started exactly 1 week ago. It's been non-stop. And the Victoire, they've been able to enjoy time at home, including days rests in between. Minnesota now out shooting Montreal 11-10 here in the middle frame. Petrie comes up hard on the far side. Big hit by McQuigg, but Montreal keeps it. Grant Mentis to Barnes. Barnes shoots and Rooney saves.
Little deception, and then she turns and fires.
Going back to Grace Sumwinkle, you were just talking about the production. I mean, it all started with a bang in year 1, including the very first hat-trick in the PWHL against Montreal. It was a 3-0 shutout in Minnesota's inaugural home opener.
She's a player that's got size, speed, she's got skills, so she's got a little bit of everything.
Jakes uses the boards to get it out to Himlerova. Montreal using the glass this time, chipping into the neutral zone and deck line. Out to Jakes. Minnesota certainly coming alive in the second period. Able to keep Montreal at bay here, although shots now tied at 11 each. Budarak, patient, looking for some support, has made Batherson. There's Sheppers, this 4th line that scored the first goal for Minnesota in this game.
Some nice work there, Budarak, to get that puck, turn it back over, and bring it back in the offensive
Here
zone.
comes Maureen Murphy. Batherson's stick to steer that puck a different direction. Batherson to Budarak this time. Minnesota goes for a change. Montreal trying to set up. Stacy just out of reach to get the puck. That gives Jake some time. Heisey working in. The puck back. Channel Watkins now. Michaela Cava. The Frost put it back in the offensive zone. Or Stacy comes away with it. Off to the far side now. It's offside.
This line really seems to be having a game tonight, playing with some speed, getting some chances.
Steckline from the neutral zone draw. Puts it deep into the corner and back out they go. And on a swivel inside Glass Bell. Poulin out this time. Gardner patient and Steckline gets in the way.
Gardner looking to put that pass back.
Now, Ray Sumwinkle patient. Pass to Brooke McQuigg, poked by Wilgren. Quick work by the Victoire. Set up once more, Boreen to Gardner. They come in. Down low, Boreen gives chase. Another board battle. Michelle Bin getting to work as well, protecting the blue line. Grant Mentis can't get her feed through. Another chance there. Quick work by Grant Mentis, however, offside. So LaBelle and Petrie meet in the neutral zone. Minnesota wins the draw. Curl along the wall. Now gets it back. Out to Thompson this time. She'll take the middle. Goes to the outside. Hanging back at the half wall, but Montreal on the move. Grant Mentis once more. Talked about her scoring last game. She now has a career-high 3 goals in the season. This kind of play here in the second period. It's Montreal looking to even things out, and Minnesota would love to extend their lead. Minnesota a 3-game slide, and it has not been that way for Montreal. They've only lost 1 game on home ice this season. That goes all the way back to their 2nd game of the season. Sheppers up and save there as Kava gets the puck back. Down to Sheppers this time. Across to Steckline. Jake's patient shoots, and they score! Minnesota extends the lead 2-0 over Montreal.
This seems to be where the bulk of their offense is coming from this game, which is getting pucks to the point and getting shots through. Montreal has done a very good job of clogging the ice up. Both teams struggling to get to the inside right now. Michaela Kava just throws this one back up to the point. That's where the open ice has been. Over to Jakes. Jakes does a really nice job to find that lane, get her head up, get it past the defender coming out. And of course, Coyne Schofield, who's a pimple in front of the net, again goes to the net. Nice tip on that puck to get it past Elaine Julie.
And Kendall Coyne Schofield jumps back up atop the points leaderboard for the season with 18 now. That's her 8th goal. Joins Hannah Miller all tied at the top there. And she has just been consistently staying there. A great second campaign from the captain.
Oh, she's having a fantastic season. And I think you said the exact word, which is consistent. It's been game in and game out. And you see her all over the ice. And she's a player you just got to be aware of because of her speed. But then she does something like that, goes net front. Great hand-eye.
So Minnesota finds itself now back-to-back games with a 2-0 lead. They could not hold on to it against Boston Sunday. Montreal knows how to respond. In with a wraparound attempt is Stacy. Had a stellar opening frame, but once more, pulling away, Coyne Schofield. Can't get around Wilgren. Montreal using speed to its advantage, trying to get moving the other way. Heisey picks it up for Minnesota. Cross-size feed. Eventually reaches Coyne Schofield as she goes for the reversal. Back to Heisey on the near side. Hang back, try a shot anyhow as Kava nearly sweeps in.
Well, she just overskated that one. It looked like she was going to have herself a really good opportunity in the middle of the ice.
Minnesota has certainly warmed up in Montreal. And when they had their long bus ride here, just over 8 hours, it was all the players on one bus and all the team personnel on another.
Nice defensive play.
Yeah, great plays. Panic was trying to find Zumwinkle. Those two connected many times last season. And to get that chemistry back would be something for Minnesota to really get firing.
Well, these teams always talk about it being a process, and so sometimes when you're in a bit of a rut, it's just about doing the little things right, and eventually it will come, and this line has been good tonight.
Quick to Jakes this time. Down to Zumwinkle. And it's loose in front, Chuli. Grabs hold, and Minnesota extends its first period lead thanks to Captain Kendall Coyne-Schofield. Another even strength marker to make it 2-0.
The D for this Minnesota team have been active all season, leading the league in points from the back end. A big part of it is that, just their ability to walk the line, get your head up, and get those shots through. Claire Thompson, of course, we've seen her on a number of occasions do the same thing.
And defender in the stack line picking up the secondary assist on that Coyne-Schofield goal, but Montreal looking to get their first of the game. Coyne-Schofield jumps on it, carries it out herself, driving towards the net, goes behind. Play along the goal line, the Victoire. Calming down the play a little bit as they look to set up. Poulin comes in, fired into the netting. 12 saves so far for Maddie Rooney, who's watching on. Defensive zone draw here for Minnesota. Kelly Panic. O'Neill wins it. Boulier tries to let it go. Bodies in front. Does keep it in the frost zone. Here comes Brooke McQuigg. She has Grace Zumwinkle with her. McQuigg keeps it, draws the penalty. A bit of a pile-up along the boards.
The hooking call, and just a misplayed puck by Montreal, and Minnesota comes down the ice. Right there, if she'd have moved that puck, I think they may have had an opportunity. Nevertheless, Maureen on the back check, reaches around with that stick, takes McQuigg down, and send Minnesota back to the power play.
So Abby Maureen in the penalty box. This gives Minnesota another chance on the power play. Royale Tiger Towel, paper towel power play. Neither side has been able to break through on special teams tonight. Although Montreal did look like it was trying to set something up shorthanded the last time, and Minnesota has to watch for that. Ross Thompson keeps it in for Heisey. Shoots through the slot. Into the corner, Petrie goes. She's got a power play goal in the season as well.
It's been an adventure in front of the net tonight. Minnesota getting those shots through with presence in front.
Off the wall, Thompson now out to Heisey, back. Brings it to the point. Heisey top circle across to Cava, comes in. Off Wilgren, back out this time to Heisey. Again, good blocks by the Victoire.
Good blocks and a good battle down low below the goal line to start that penalty kill and really kill off some seconds.
Claire Thompson once more gets it back into Montreal's end, and Kelly Panic well positioned, wide open. Good feed by Zumwinkle. So Jakes will set up now. Up to Panic once more. Down this time. Curl. Across Zumwinkle. Patient as Greg is right with her. Zumwinkle up to Panic once more. Shoots in the glove. Chuli.
Kelly Panic with a couple of shots on that power play. And the second one from a little bit of distance, but the first opportunity she had was right in front of the goal. You know you're on a drought when you can't put one of these in the net. She's wide open. Everyone's forgotten about her. Taylor Heisey with the initial shot on this power play. A nice block here as well. Montreal, who does a really good job of getting in front of pucks, has all season.
Yeah, testament to their penalty killing tonight. Keppel takes down Curl. And 8 seconds remain here on this Frost power play. Looking to go 0 for 3 now on the night as we are back to even strength. And Boreen, all time coming out of it, 1 shot for the Frost in that player advantage. It's Aaron Ambrose. That's the puck. Sends it back into the neutral zone. Both of Minnesota's goals came 5-on-5. And now Montreal looking to get their first of the game. Stacey down to Boreen. Maddie Rooney in net. And Michelle Bin. Back down to Boreen, and Minnesota takes it away. Channel Watkins steered into the near wall. Stacey rimmed around. Poulin there to pick it up. At least get her stick on it and lays the hit. Crowd taking exception to the hit right back on their captain.
Well, Poulin was coming in with a ton of speed. She knew she was going to throw that hit. Like a bit of a freight train, I think, when she hits you.
That is a great description. The full force of Marie-Philippe Poulin. Kayla Cava. Minnesota now on the move. Thompson, Gwen Schofield jumping up ahead. Off the pad of Chuli. Heisey. Relentless back on it. Cava out now to Thompson. Heisey gets it back. Top circle, shoots, and saved by Elaine Chuli. Frost in the offensive zone. Zumwinkle, who's had some incredible passes to set up, especially her teammate Kelly Panic. Again, talked about their great chemistry year one. Zumwinkle also getting more time, it seems, in this game as well. Back, 4th game back from injury.
Last game she was down on the 3rd line, back on the 2nd line here. So
crowd responding as Laura Stacey brings it over the blue line. The head coach talked about Minnesota sticks, and they have been busy breaking up passes.
And that was Lee Steckline again, and just really good, patient defensive play, and then a good stick to break up the play.
Barnes turned around, and Shisheva can't connect with Curl. They'll try getting it close to the doorstep. And again, Jakes. You can hear the calls for Jakes to shoot it. She does. Chuli covers. For the Victoire, you really have to think, if you're coming off this big win streak, and it's all about sustainability and how you come back. Their head coach knows this as well, says you just take it 1 game at a time. So for the home team, no goals through 2 periods, but Minnesota picks up another one to extend their lead in 2-0.
Minnesota, like I said earlier in that period, they are doing a really good job through the neutral zone for blocking things up, stopping play, and then getting it going back the other way. So for Montreal, it's a matter of figuring that out, and again, getting in behind the D.
They have been so good when it comes to face-offs, just individual leaders all humming above 50%. Laura Stacey has had 4 shots on goal in this game, and when you consider Montreal only had 3 in the last period, they're going to want to pick that up if they want to get one by Maddie Rooney.
And Laura Stacey starting this period on that line with Poulin and Gardner.
And Brooke McQuigg, who has been outstanding, is finding her rhythm with the Minnesota Frost. Check that, Laura Stacey actually with 6 total shots in this game. In comes Michaela Cava for Minnesota. Patient holds up, it's up, and it's back down. Coyne Schofield tries to send it back. What a sequence.
Well, Minnesota once again turning a puck over in the neutral zone and then going to work and attacking, and a nice feed from Coyne Schofield over to Cava, but the patience to wait for that D to slide by and then throw that puck on net. Coyne Schofield again, set the fit hole in front, getting a stick on that puck and seeing if she can bank in the rebound.
Kayla Cava has 7 goals on the season as it is. To find success here in the second campaign. Erin Ambrose for Montreal. She has had some standout games as well against the Frost in her career last season. 3-assist night.
She was on the ice for her first goal against 5-on-5 at home this season. Incredible stat that she hadn't been on the ice for a goal this season at home until tonight.
And holds herself to such a high standard as well. Just wanting to go straight into the locker room, regroup, talk to her teammates. Girl. Back out now. Flaherty. Comes in, shoots. Julie. Lane Julie now having faced 20 shots in this game.
If your wingers don't drive the net, that seam up top doesn't open up. A very good job to give her that opportunity.
Flaherty puts it down for Petrie in front. Shisheva. Right up close to Elaine Chuli. Curl tries to spin it around, get a shot off to the Victoire. Take it the other way. Dalton gets it around the wall. Derek Gregg was out there as well. Shisheva. Channel Watkins. Quick little hand-eye by Curl. Gets it out. Shisheva. The stick of Chuli.
Curl bats that puck down to get it up to Shisheva. Just a nice play.
Yeah, as she was on her way off to the bench, you can just tell this Minnesota team really dialed in. Brought up the bus story earlier because you have to wonder what kinds of conversations, Becky, you've been part of road trips and the kind of bonding that happens when you have that time, especially coming off of 3 losses.
Well, I love the fact that they had 2 buses, so the players were on a bus on their own, coaches and staff on a bus on their own. So
now Gabrielle David comes in, shoots. Had Abby Boreen with her. Check that, Claire DeGeorge was the one trying to follow up on the doorstep. With Gabrielle David with very limited ice time here. She signed a 10-day SPA coming into this. Tabin from the point.
DeGeorge with a good net drive too. Just a big body. Gets herself to the net to see if again, 4th line, you want to see if you can create.
Quite a spark here for Montreal as they come in. Had a few more shots on goal after only having 3 in the last period. Kelly Panic. That's the turnover there for Minnesota. Zumwinkle fires. Back down, Minnesota still in possession. May Batherson through traffic. Panic once more. Chuli coughs it off, tries to grab hold, and it skips by. My goodness, Jen Gardner brings the action into the near corner. Poulin, calm and cool.
And all of that came off of another neutral zone turnover, and Kelly Panic does a really good job just to hold the lane. Picks a puck off, turns and goes back the other way, and now they get all sorts of zone time scoring opportunities.
Izzy and Marie-Philippe Poulin in the face-off. It's a good one for the Victoire. At least draws Minnesota back. Ambrose. To set something up here as O'Neill comes through. They'll regroup. Gardner. Channel Watkins from Minnesota keeps Montreal at bay. In comes Melissa Channel Watkins. Quick stick by O'Neill. Victoire seem to be finding that burst of energy here. Time not on their side. It's been a scoreless 40 minutes coming into this one.
Well, listen, 15 minutes is a lot of time for this team, but once again, they got to figure out how to get through this neutral zone right now. And
Petrie comes in, patient, throws it on net. It's a piece of Chuli as well.
Nice patience, Petrie, to step to the middle.
Jakes Petrie once more. Hard shot. Back down Jakes. From Larova to Petrie. Check that it was Lee Steckline who initially set that up, and she keeps it in for Minnesota. Britta Curl gets a touch. Now Steckline once more from the point. Jakes picks it up off the half wall. Petrie once more in the corner she goes. Boulier bumps her off the puck. Montreal's got to figure out a new way, start winning some of the races and the board battles, and sometimes that's just a matter of starting to get pucks up and off the glass and into the neutral zone and see if you can get your weak side winger going with speed. Montreal has scored in every contest this season, so unfamiliar territory. Gonna get going here. Dalton puts it down low. LaBelle can't get it away from Thompson, but Keppel keeps it in from the blue line. Dalton along the goal line, keeps it herself, tries a backhand shot. Can't fire. Barnes. Quick for the Victoire. Gardner can't reach it. Back down for Claire Dalton. Getting to work, Jen Gardner. Keppel, quick, but in comes Himlerova. Clara Himlerova, and Budarak tries to fire. Blocked once more. We saw both teams had equal blocked shots. No one afraid to sacrifice their bodies. Minnesota, when they're under pressure for just a little bit, flip that puck up and out and into the neutral zone to relieve pressure, and then they get it down the ice. Now they start to go again. You know, sometimes those are the best plays that you can make. Just get it to safety. On that pass, picked off there as David tried to go cross ice. Minnesota on the move. Kelly Panic out to Zumwinkle, shoots. Julie saves, and Tabin quick to get it out of the slot. Maureen Murphy, though, it's the puck in the skates. Around the wall, lots of outside play. In comes Coyne Schofield to the point, blocked and up. Julie to keep her eyes on the puck that time. Coyne Schofield's buzzing this shift, just getting to pucks, loose pucks. You can just feel the energy from Coyne Schofield. Jakes kick save, and Kava jumps on the rebound. A good save by Julie. She's faced 26 shots so far, and the Frost lead 2-0 in Montreal. Montreal looking to jump, start their offense as Michaela Cava in a good position. Minnesota once more. Jakes puts it down, and Coyne Schofield back out and around. And Kendall Coyne Schofield, of course, she showed up and out in the skills competition. Fastest woman, that speed on display. Montreal in the offensive zone, but kept to the outside. Wilgren gets the puck back, but in the neutral zone. Now Michaela Cava. Here's Britta Curl. It's blocked. Boulier not only blocks, but then goes all the way in. The hit on Curl, and we've a couple big hits to bring these fans to life, and looks like maybe it's put a little energy into Montreal. A little physical back and forth there. Fans love to see it as they look for a goal to celebrate here on Country Night. Just trying to give their team a little bit of energy, and they've been on their heels this third period as well. In the second, Minnesota just playing with a little bit more urgency right now, winning the battles, winning a lot of the races. Well, we saw during the break, Corey Chevry on the bench with her team, just very assertive as she is, animated as well. Once this team to fire back, knows what's in. I mean, this is a team that scored 4 first-period goals in their last game. Came away with 6 total. Now Kayla Barnes rims it. Greg and Boreen getting caught up on each other, along with Channel Watkins for Minnesota. Barnes comes in. Can't take down Sheppers as the opening goal in this game. Tabin back at it for Montreal as we approach the halfway mark of the third period. Well, it looks like maybe whatever
Coach Corey Chevry said to this team has done something.
Good hard shot from the point. Keeps Montreal on the attack. Gardner getting in the mix, and Flaherty's hit takes down Jennifer Gardner. Montreal will go on the power play. Victoire 0 for 2 on the power play in this game, but this power play is brought to you by Royale Tiger Towel Paper Towel. Power through tough messes. Kayla Barnes out to Gardner. This team has had a quick break, of course, both sides. Barnes gets it down to Gardner. Montreal looking for a good lane. Poulin setting up, back around we go. As Gardner moves in, so does Barnes. Drop pass back to Gardner this time, top circle. On the left side, she goes around. Throws it across the crease. Barnes was there, or rather O'Neill. Was all caught up on Steckline. Barnes gets it back. Quick passes, Poulin with a move. Back out to Barnes. Top circle, shoots Rooney with a great save. Keeps the clock ticking as well. Montreal with some sustained time. Poulin, it's up into the netting. 3 of their 9 power play goals this season go against Minnesota. And they add to that tally tonight. Neither side able to break through on special teams. There, Thompson, the lone Frost player, just holding the puck on her own. Back out Ambrose. Fires it across the other way to Tabin. One-timer, Stacy. Hard block by Jakes.
I don't think that one came off the stick quite the way she wanted it to.
Used to set up top. The left circle, and now Sophie Jakes short-handed. She's got Curl with her. Curl picks it up, and Thompson, but they watch it skim by, and Heisey.
Aaron Ambrose with a good stick to break up that 2-on-1.
Now Heisey was back to send it down into the Montreal zone. We are back to even strength. Flaherty, though, racing off to the bench. As Wilgren had Murphy. Montreal setting up here for these redirects. Quick move by Coyne Schofield. Wilgren gets it back for Montreal. Victoire humming, despite not able to capitalize on that power play.
Well, that's what you want. You bring out your third line for the shift right at the end of the power play to see if you can continue to gain some momentum.
Beaulier to Wilgren, they go off. Time definitely not on Montreal's side here, as Minnesota's been good to keep it at bay. Another good penalty kill, both sides. Not allowing a power play goal in this game. Laura Stacy back out. Grant Mentis getting in the mix. Rooney watching. With the Frost, can't quite get a clean entry. Stacy. Keppel and Montreal setting up once more. Tough go here for the Victoire. Gardner trying to make something. She opts to dump it, and Claire Thompson will do that all day. Gets it out and around. Zumwinkle brings it out to Brooke McQuigg. Circles back. Had Petrie. Good stick by Gardner, but here come the Frost once more. It's offside, but Becky, we talked about the layers and the waves from the Minnesota Frost. Back in the Minnesota zone. Frost looking to get out, and Abby Boreen with some other plans. She's forced to rim it. O'Neill, quick shot right in front off Rooney. Boreen came flying in. Dominique Petrie. Oh, 2-on-1. Shisheva scores! Minnesota strikes again, and now it's a 3-0 lead in the third.
I'll started to put together some better shifts. Looked like maybe they were going to press to see if they could come back in this game, and then it's just this transition to a 2-on-1. Montreal gets caught up at the red line, and they're able to convert Petrie, who this is her first point back since coming back off of injury, to Shisheva. Nice pass. Julie really no chance on this opportunity, and Shisheva puts that in.
Rooney standing tall for Minnesota. You know, this game is as much of a redemption arc as well for the netminders for the Frost. Both Rooney and Hensley facing adversity, especially in this three-game skid. It's been such a stellar tandem.
It's been a real question mark over the last few games. And again, you looked at both these teams last year, two of the best 1-2 goaltending punches. It's been a struggle a little bit for Minnesota, though, this year. So I'm sure for them, if they can get their goaltending back to where they had it earlier in the season.
Montreal has been able to keep their opponents mostly to just 2 goals or fewer this season. A lot of unfamiliar territory here in this game. Also been so good at home. Claire Budarak takes it, fires it. Now chasing it in the near corner. Wilgren comes away less than 5 minutes now in the third period.
Well, now we'll keep our eye on Julie to see how early they try to get her out of the net.
Tough one for Julie, who's been outstanding, and her only loss this season, rather, coming against Minnesota in that game in Denver. Fun atmosphere for the takeover game. Laura Stacey and Poulin want to connect, and Rooney denies. This sets up Coyne Schofield and Kava. Kava back to Coyne Schofield, shoots! Just wide that time.
That's a nice pass from Kava to Coyne Schofield. On her backhand, she throws that through the middle to Coyne Schofield.
This is the Frost team we saw at the beginning of the season. Why they've been dancing top the standings. Poulin fires once more, kept out by Rooney. And Montreal undefeated this season when Marie-Philippe Poulin scores. So actually hasn't found the back of the net is interesting tonight. The reigning Walter Cup champion Minnesota Frost. They were outscored 15-7 in their previous 3 games. So when we talk about that skid, it was a skid. And for them to be back, and an empty net goal avoided there. It's just wide. O'Neill taking this draw here for Montreal. They win it. Less than 3.5 minutes left. Get on the board. Ambrose and Poulin getting to work. O'Neill once more, back out to Ambrose. Patient. Wilgren. Quick movement, shoot in the glove. Rooney with a quick reach, he is all dialed in.
And just a nice cross-ice pass from Aaron Ambrose to see Poulin on the far side. Poulin with the outside shot. Rooney with the save.
Well, their most recent loss happened to be against Minnesota as well, but that was back January 12th in Denver. Right now, though, looking to get on the board. Still 3 minutes left in this game. Barnes, it is 6-on-5 here. Chuli out of the net. What's more, Elaine Chuli, Maddie Rooney, goaltending matchup. When it was this game on this day last year played, it went Montreal's way, though. And it's an offside there.
Laura Stacey doesn't agree with that call, but it did look like you could see a little bit of white ice as she came up high to the blue line. That puck just gets outside, so this puck's face-off is going to come out.
Coyne Schofield scored in that game last year. Also played inside Place Bell. She was the lone goal scorer for the Frost tonight. She was goal scorer number 2. Goals by Liz Sheppers, Coyne Schofield, and Denisa Shisheva. Abby Boer-Reed, less than 2.5 minutes to go here in regulation. Minnesota with a solid 3-goal lead, one accumulated with a goal per period.
Shifts from their fourth line, the panic line, who hasn't scored but was good. that's what you want. You want to get everyone going so you're headed back in the right direction.
Wilgren sends it across. Has Taven in front. 6 Victoire players out there, an empty net. As they try to get on the scoreboard here. Final 2 minutes. Good effort by Gardner. Check that. Alexandra LaBelle. Derek Gregg parked in front of the crease. Wilgren batted out and away the puck goes.
Wilgren with a nice move up top to give herself that shot lane.
There will be movement once more in the standings. It truly is the name of the game here in the PWHL. So much movement lately. Montreal with a dominant lead, but Minnesota chipping away at it. Ambrose to Stacy. Stopped by Panic. It's loose. Less than a minute and a half to go inside Place Belle. A quiet Place Belle, which is a rare thing to say. Poulin kept off along the boards. Flaherty fires it. And it'll just go wide.
Just really, you're halfway through the season. Anything can still happen for any of these teams.
Yeah, Toronto and Boston, teams that enjoyed time in the basement, finding themselves in a 3-way tie with Minnesota, a tie that will be broken after tonight here. But still able to make quick movement. Ottawa and New York, 2 teams that didn't make the playoffs last season, now find themselves at the bottom.
As soon as you start dropping regulation wins, getting regulation losses, you start to go down the standings quickly, and same in the reverse. Obviously, you start building up those 3 points.
So Montreal's streak will come to an end, have 6 straight wins on the season, but also 6 straight at home, and an empty netter will seal the deal.
That one just bobbles and wobbles and bounces and finds its way into the back of the net, and so I kind of think they sealed the deal with the 3rd goal, but that one really puts a stamp on it. 4-0 here for Minnesota. Good statement game for them. Good comeback. Coach Ken Clee's got to be really happy with that. Just get a stick on this, whack it down the ice. Shishaba going to get the empty net goal, a 2-goal game.
A little extra insurance. Yes, 2 goals for Denisa Shishaba. Now up to 3 goals on the season. And she actually came into this game with no points since 1 assist against Montreal back on January 12th.
And of course, she's playing on the 3rd line, so production from your 1st, your 3rd, and your 4th line tonight.
Julie back out here for the final seconds of the game. She faced 28 shots, allowed 3 goals, but Maddie Rooney looking on. 21 save shutout, and Minnesota makes history with this one. The first time Montreal has been shut out on home ice. Also, the first time the Frost have picked up a win on the Victoire's home ice. Tonight's 4-0 win goes to Minnesota at Place Belle. A 21 save shutout for Maddie Rooney, and Liz Shepard's first career goal stands as the game winner. They're able to close out a 4-game road trip with 4 points added to the standings. On behalf of Becky Keller, Rob Pizzo, our entire production crew, and the PWHL, I am Daniela Ponicelli. Thanks for joining us from Place Belle. Good night.